the issue that we've got is twofold. The first one is, if you look at Poland in particular, there are rumours that the government aren't paying back what was reclaimable VAT on development. So, Daimler might want to go there. They might want a huge facility. If you're a foreign investor and you don't get 20% of your construction costs back on a development, and this is a real example, apparently, I don't know whether the panel wants to comment on that, not in the logistics sector, that's going to inhibit development and funds flowing into the market. So I'm interested to know whether anybody else has experienced those kind of aggressive tax changes and treatments of foreign investors. And secondly, slightly more on the logistics side, is with yields compressing, rental rates just keep eroding down to a lower and lower number. And again, I wonder whether that rental rate erosion for new buildings is still ongoing, or whether it's reached the bottom.
I can probably take both those actually.
Okay.
To start with, if you're happy. On the VAT, we've heard about it, but it hasn't happened. We haven't experienced it. We're building and we're still getting VAT returns. So I think if that didn't happen, then I don't think that would stop development. It would just mean a price adjustment, which unfortunately probably means rents will have to rise. But if it's for everyone, then that's across the market. And your second point of rents, I think I saw an article the other day where they say that the lowest rents in the world at the moment for warehousing is Poland. And as yields have come in, actually what's happened, land prices are exactly the same as they were back in early 2000s, and so it's allowed some companies to take rents right down. Funny enough, we as a company are seeing rental growth in all our Polish assets, and I would guess this year it's between 4 and 6% rental growth so far this year, which is massive. There's definitely a two-tier market. There are build-to-suits, where there's competition and where some developers who are working just for development fees, not ourselves or Prologis, but others, who have taken the market down to lows we've not seen before, but that has bottomed out. But there's the two-tier market, is build-to-suits and existing buildings. No one has been building spec. We as a company, if we do a 20,000, 200,000 square foot build-to-suit, we'll tend to add probably another 50 to 100,000 square feet of spec with it. And that allows us to push rents higher because there's an existing buildings and you can get higher rents than you can for build-to-suits. That does mean that some tenants want to move out of their existing tenants into new build-to-suits, but there's a big shortage of land. And across most places, Prague, it'd be great to have more land for warehouse development, but it's very, very restricted. There's very little land, and people are now looking 50 kilometres outside of Prague to service Prague market. But this ability for us to push rents on existing buildings is something that hadn't happened in the previous good period of pre-2007. It's quite an interesting market, new dynamics.
Okay, good. Maybe on your first question on the VAT, I haven't heard about that either, and we are actually providing VAT loans to people who develop in Poland, so we should. Whether it's a particular case and something had happened, for example, a company might have failed to register in time for a certain VAT treatment, I don't know. I think one would need to look at the special case. What I would say is it is symptomatic for sort of the mood change in Poland. I mean, clearly the new Polish government is taking a much stricter position towards foreign investment and a much more negative view towards foreign investment. Whereas, under the previous government, it was clearly a very open and very welcoming policy that they took. Now, as a foreign investor in Poland, you do ask yourself, are you still welcomed by the existing government? And maybe certain small issues like that hiccup or whatever it might have been are clearly putting through a certain picture. And that brings me back to that political risk. I mean, we all agree that Poland suffers from a lack of workforce. Why on earth are you then resisting to take up even a couple of hundred refugees from other countries? It's a very populist set of politics that is run by the Polish government, and clearly it has dented the investment sentiment.